Welcome, everyone, and good morning. To the candidates, welcome. We appreciate your being here with us this morning. We know that it's a long weekend. This is an interesting campaign, and you have much work to do. So being here on the South Coast with us in this great city of New Bedford, we appreciate you being here with us very much. By way of introduction, we will ask the candidates to take 2 minutes each to introduce each other. You'll note that they're seated in alphabetical order. We will ask the questions with a 2-minute maximum response time. I think we have a timekeeper who is going to be sitting in the front and will indicate to the candidates the remaining time for that question. At the end, we will allow candidates a 2-minute closing statement for each of the candidates, and time permitting, we will allow individual questions that may come from the audience. And with that, we begin by asking the candidates to introduce themselves, and we begin with Joe Avellone.
Yes, can I just ask, is it a 3-minute introduction or a 2-minute introduction?
A 2-minute.
2-minute introduction, okay.
Speak quickly.
I will, thank you. Well, thank you all very much for being here today, and my thanks to the organizers. I'm Joe Avellone. I'm running for governor because I love Massachusetts, and I believe, like I think everyone in this audience, that we should continue to improve the lives of every person in our state. That's why we're Democrats, and that's why we're a Commonwealth. I think I have the background and skills that can really move our state forward going forward. I went into medicine 40 years ago because I wanted to help people. Spent a lifetime in medicine, but have been a manager and a leader in our health system primarily. And for the last 7 years, I've been running a very large global international business. We have 15,000 employees in 30 countries, 3,000 here in Massachusetts. I've been running for a year and a half. I've been in 150 cities and towns, certainly been in New Bedford and the South Coast many times. This is the 3rd time this week, in fact. And I know that what we need is jobs. We need jobs throughout our Commonwealth, especially in our gateway cities. We need tens of thousands of jobs. They have to be built on new industries, and we have to have the job skills in order to do that. I think the wonderful opportunity that's here around wind turbine production could be and will be the rebirth of New Bedford and all the spin-offs around it. We have to close our achievement gap. Too many of our schools are still poor performing, and that is not fair to the kids that are there. I applaud the fact that there is a turnaround plan for New Bedford, but I have a plan for improving the achievement gap in all of our schools throughout the Commonwealth so that these kids are not on a bridge to nowhere, but have the same opportunity that everyone else does. We have big problems in controlling our health care costs. I'm the only person that has controlled our health care costs in our state, and I can do it for our state. South Coast Rail is my highest priority as an infrastructure project. I know that we have to connect the South Coast to the rest of the state in order to bring the new kinds of businesses and jobs here that we all are looking for. And we have to do something very different about addiction. It's a huge crisis in our state. I have a plan for our Office of Recovery that will flip completely how we deal with this, taking it away from a criminal justice system and putting it into treatment.
All right,
thank you very much for being here this morning.
Mr. Berwick.
Thank you very much. I'm Don Berwick. Thank you for having me here. And I want to say at the start, I am committed to a New Bedford renaissance. What can happen in this city is extraordinary. I'm a pediatrician by training. I started and grew a nonprofit organization to global scale over 20 years. And then President Obama asked me to come to Washington to run Medicare and Medicaid, which is the largest agency in federal government by budget. The Republicans blocked me, like they blocked Elizabeth Warren. Glenn Beck called me the 2nd most dangerous man in America. I did not have a warm welcome in Washington, but I got to serve. I told him he was off by 1. What's dangerous is not me. What's dangerous is having 3,000 hungry children in this state tonight, 4,000 homeless families. What's dangerous is having poverty exist in the abundance among us, a 29% poverty rate in people under 18 in this very city. What's dangerous is not having equality in our education system so that everybody can count on a fair shake. I live in Newton, where the graduation rate is 96%, and I'm speaking to you today in a city where the graduation rate is 59%. That's not okay. We need to work to make a platform of equality and compassion and social justice, the way we organize our communities in this state, I'm deeply committed to that. This is a platform at risk. There are lies among us, lies in this country, people who think that if you're poor, it's your fault, get yourself out of trouble, who think that if you're in trouble, you made your own trouble. They do not believe in the fundamental values that I have, which is that we stop, we show up, and we help each other. I'm committed to that in this state, in the communities I have visited all over the state, and most certainly here in New Bedford. It's a privilege to get to run for governor. I would love your support. Thank you.
So good morning, I'm Martha Coakley. I serve as your Attorney General. I'm proud to have an office here in New Bedford. I'm delighted to be in this wonderful theater. And how about that national anthem? That's one of the best I've heard in a long time. That was fabulous. I believe that as I ran for Attorney General on a platform of promoting a healthy economy, had other ideas. They took our money, they gambled it, they lost it. We are still digging out of that recession where they got bailed out. And I believe that Massachusetts now has the opportunity to build a future, to build an economy on our terms. And I do mean not just what Boston or Cambridge wants, but where I grew up in Berkshire County, down here in the South Coast, what New Bedford wants, what Fall River wants. I know there's a big difference in our cities and towns, and that's part of our strength. It's our history, and it should be our future. And your next governor should be somebody who will work with you as a partner in making sure we invest in our kids, in universal pre-K, in the kinds of schools and learning that will prepare everybody for that global economy ahead. We can do that. We've got terrific Voc Tech schools. We've got junior colleges, two-year schools. We've got great institutions down here like UMass Dartmouth and Bristol Community College, that when we align them with where we want our future to be, where you want your future to be, we're going to see a bright future. I'm really excited about what's happening in New Bedford on the waterfront with the leadership of your mayor and your city council, and frankly, this Democratic City Committee that says we have a great future again. We'll build it on our terms. We'll make sure that our kids and their kids will have a place to stay and invest. We can do that here. I know we're going to talk a lot of specific issues on the South Coast, but I think our future is in our hands. I'm excited about it. I look forward to working with you as your next governor. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Steve Grossman, and before I was elected your state treasurer, before all of you helped me become state treasurer in 2010, I spent 35 years running a fourth-generation family business, creating a lot of jobs, a union shop. For 62 years, a union shop, we never had a matter go to arbitration. I know what it means to treat workers well and to have those workers produce and be partners every step of the way. I'm running for governor to create and to build one Commonwealth that levels the playing field and leaves no one behind. I've been in the solutions business all my life, and I believe the solutions to the issues and challenges that the entire South Coast faces are in 5 key categories. 1, jobs and job creation. 2, educational attainment. 3, innovation and research. 4, high-quality 21st century transportation. And 5, health care. Affordable and accessible health care. And nothing gives me more confidence in the future of the South Coast than to see the collaboration that is going on today between your 5 higher education institutions. The Connect partnership is going to revolutionize the way we deal with every problem we face here on the South Coast. Think about UMass Dartmouth and the law school. Let's not forget the law school, how important that is. Bridgewater State University, Bristol Community College, Massasoit Community College, and Four Seas Cape Cod Community College. That partnership, that willingness to come together and come up with bold, imaginative solutions for every challenge we face is exactly what we need here. Because with high-quality educational attainment, universal pre-K education, freezing fees and tuitions at our public colleges, and a governor who's willing to invest, I want to be known in this race as the progressive job creator who's going to send Charlie Baker back to Swampscott as a twice-defeated candidate for governor on November 4th. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you. Dana, Mayor, thank you for having me. My name is Juliette Kayyem, and I want to be your next governor. There are many ways to describe me. I am a mother of 3 children, a devoted wife. I have been a public servant most of my career, serving as a civil rights attorney and then later as the governor's Homeland Security advisor, and then for President Obama as Assistant Secretary for Homeland Security. I've been a writer and a teacher. I am a Lebanese, the daughter of a Lebanese Christian immigrant family, married to a nice Jewish lawyer in an interfaith marriage, raising my kids Jewish. I am Massachusetts. The diversity and ingenuity and welcomingness of this state is represented in who I am. And those ways of describing myself lead me to 2 conclusions about this race and about this state. I believe and am optimistic about government's capacity to do good. We have to say that as Democrats every day. But I believe it can always do better. There is no finish line. There is no thank you very much, Deval Patrick. This race is a fight for the future of the state and for the future of communities like yours. And it takes people who have had complex experiences in both state and federal government, like myself, for the investments in the 2 key areas that matter most for your growth. In people, workforce development, changing a criminal justice system, veterans, community colleges, our universities, as well as infrastructure and transportation. It is the backbone of who we are as a state. It's not just South Coast Rail, it's our regional transportation authorities, your ports, your amazing ports, wind and the arts. The solutions we face are really opportunities for creative and exciting solutions. The challenges we face are opportunities for creative solutions of regional planning, competition with other states, a global economy. We are one state, many solutions. As your governor, I will listen to those solutions coming for here. But never forget, this is a fight for the future of the state, and I welcome it, and I'm glad you do too.